G'day, g'day, and welcome to Pattaya Down Under. Ada, how you doing?
Good, mate.
That's good.
We're back.
We're back, and it was a good episode, the last one, if you recall.
Yeah. For anyone listened, we had a guest on, Fat Kyle. He's a crazy ladyboy lover, and again, no judgment. Judgment.
Long time listener, first time caller.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. So, we were pretty excited. He was. I think we were a bit rusty at the start. We sort of got a bit stuck at times, but once we got going, we couldn't shut up. And unfortunately, we were chatting via Zoom, and I haven't got the upgraded version of Zoom, so we only
ran out of time.
40 minutes, and it was like, oh shit, we're going to run out of time. So we had to cut him short, unfortunately. But I think I've messaged Kyle since, and he's happy to get back on another time. Once we get through some of the emails we've got. So
and today we'll
speak to Kyle again in a few episodes.
We've got a listener that's sent in some stories.
Now, Montana Elvis. Now, I've reading this. You read once you read the first paragraph here, you realise.
Is he okay for us to say his name?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Well, I don't think it's his name because I think he's from Montana. Anyway, we'll refer to him as Elvis.
Elvis.
Thank you very much.
That's what I did last time. Anyway.
Yeah. So So as we said, we got a letter from one of our listeners. He's just got back. I think it's his first time.
Yes.
And he said he would get back to us with
some stories,
his experience, and
so
he
certainly has.
He's given us quite a bit of content here. So I think this is going to be a couple episodes worth.
I think so. Yeah.
So we'll
I've almost run out of paper. No,
we'll pick it off, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll start with the story.
So he writes. I flew from the United States to Bangkok. My first flight was 12 hours to Tokyo. I did get a Visa travel card for my flights and hotels so I could earn miles and also have access to lounges at various airports. I was lucky to have free beer and food at the Tokyo airport with my 4-hour layover. My flight was $1,200, I'm assuming American dollars, for a round trip on United Airlines. For an extra $200, I upgraded to premium economy for a bigger seat and legroom and free beer on the flight. The meals were quite good, and I was surprised how well they took care of us on the plane. Flight in the US, there are no meals and no free anything unless you are first class. So it sounds a bit like Jetstar. The business class seats, did look quite comfortable and nice, but as they are over $5,000 for the same flights in business class, and I got along well. It was hard to sleep, and I was excited to reach Thailand. My next flight. So I'm having trouble keeping up here. Sorry, I might have to hold the page up.
Yeah, no, it's quite a bit of quite a bit of text.
Sorry. So my next flight was on Japanese Airlines from Tokyo to Bangkok. It was a 6-hour flight, and I was lucky to be the only one in my row, and I could stretch out and caught a few hours sleep on the way.
I've never had that opportunity. Every time I've flown, I've never been able to lie down across seats or nothing.
Yeah, I think I did once coming back from Thailand. I had 3 seats to myself. That was on Thai Airways as well.
You're lucky, Elvis.
And I lay down and I snored and I was an absolute pig. It was funny. 6-hour flight, and I was lucky to be. Yeah, okay. So I landed in Bangkok about midnight, and going through customs was simple, not much of a line, and maybe 30 minutes to be outside. I did stop at an exchange booth and got a bit of baht just to pay for the cab and things on the way, which isn't a bad idea. I don't recommend you change too much there because the rate isn't great.
It would be great to be able to chat to him. I'd love to ask him if he got a phone chip.
Well, he hasn't mentioned it, but I had a reservation at the West Inn on Sukhumvit. It was across from Terminal 21 and was a great location. It was expensive, $120 a night, but I wanted something a bit familiar to me, being my first time in Thailand, and I thought at least for the first week I would stay there. It was a great location, close to Soy Cowboy and Nana Plaza. So I was very pleased by the hotel. It's a good idea. I think if it's your first time there, it could be a bit of a culture shock, could be a bit overwhelming. So a good hotel's always,
Yep, I agree. I agree. Good work.
The service was outstanding, of course, and the only unusual thing was in the lobby on the first floor. You had to go to the 7th floor to check in and then get on some different elevators to go to the room. So you had 2 sets of elevators to go to the room each night. I did eat I didn't eat or drink there as it was expensive. I think this West Inn hotel was basically for business travel and they had expense accounts. I miss those business account days, but I'm retired now, so I have to reel in those expenses. So I got checked in and was happy with the room, and they had an okay pool, was on the 8th floor and not on the rooftop, and the view wasn't that good. They did have a bar at the pool and could get a soda or a beer or a drink, of course. I think the beer was 250 baht. What's that? Oh, geez, that is expensive, isn't it? 250 baht. That's $10.
We normally pay like 120.
It's like $10, yeah. 10 Australian dollars anyway. I didn't want to get too many there, but relaxing afternoons by the pool was beneficial, and it was a saltwater pool, my first time having that type. I never did check in a guest while I was there, just walked up to my room. So I'm assuming he means a friend for the night. More about that later. I'll tell you one thing I learned is always have addresses for taxis. Yes, definitely. I always grab a card from my hotel and bang it in my wallet.
Yeah.
I thought for certain he would know where the West Inn on Sukhumvit was, but he didn't. I tried to tell him the soy it was on 19. So in my meek Thai, I was telling him sip go, but he wasn't getting it. We did make it after a bit, but I was learning the pitfalls of taxis in Bangkok. More to come about taxi mistakes later on. I did take some Thai lessons online before my trip, so I thought I could at least get my point across. But my pronunciation isn't that good. But speaking some Thai was a great icebreaker for the girls at the bar. Yeah, I love to rip out the odd Thai word here and there, and they have a bit of a laugh, and it's funny. And
hang on, that's true. But also, on one of our podcasts, you pointed out, don't try and speak too much Thai because you want them to think that you're a fresh phalang.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. You don't. They once they know you've been experienced, they sort of
correct.
Yeah. The Thai girls seem to enjoy me trying, and they love correcting me when I misspoke. They put me in my place many times, speaking Thai, and on many pool and other games I lost during my 3-week trip.
Okay.
Your
3-week trip.
Turn. I need a rest.
Sorry for the long intro. I try and be as detailed as my old brain will allow me. My first night, it was about 1 when I checked in, and I was in a big hurry to hit the streets, which is good. I run in and cleaned up and shaved and changed. I made sure I used the safe in the room and kept my valuables there. I went out of the hotel, and this Montana boy was sure not used to the humidity and temperature. But at night, it isn't that bad. But the temperature and humidity were really bad in the afternoons. The thing I enjoyed about Bangkok over Pattaya is the sidewalks are way more defined and bigger and easier to stay out of traffic and not run into the other. And the crosswalks are at least defined and have some mere access for pedestrians, but the traffic in the Sukhumvit is terrible, which is true. Lots of cars, motorcycles and tuk-tuks all over, as well as many pedestrians. I actually noticed that too when we were in Bangkok. The footpaths,
sidewalks,
footpaths, whatever you want to call it, were much bigger.
Yeah.
And they got the massive drop off the gutter.
But like on Sukhumvit mainly, like the side saw is not necessarily. I don't remember.
Well, where our hotel was, there was nothing. It was there was about a bit of a lip like that where the concrete was.
You compare the footpaths or the sidewalks, whatever you want to call them, on Sukhumvit compared to say the ones on Second Road, or Beach Road. They're really narrow.
That's right.
So he's right.
So I bolted it out of the motel and hit the streets of Bangkok. I've watched lots of YouTube videos, so I knew that there were lots of freelancers on the street, but it was very in your face. I'm used to Las Vegas, and the girls are more blended in and approach you in subtle ways. But in Thailand, as you know, they are right there showing off their great bodies and beautiful faces, talking and reaching out to you. I really enjoyed it, but the first time was a little intimidating, which is I felt the same the first time I went.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Intimidating for sure. There were some that didn't look as good as others in my taste, but lots of them were very sexy and pretty. I would have taken lots of them off if I didn't find any other options. I think the girls on Sukhumvit are maybe a little better quality than the freelancers on Beach Road in Pattaya. There are some 8 and 9 on both places, but I think a few more 8 and 9 in Bangkok, in my opinion. My rambling are all based on my opinion on this 3-week trip without exploring all aspects of Bangkok and Pattaya. But it was so great to have them parading around the city on my first night. It was getting late and I wanted to make a good showing. So I walked down Sukhumvit, and there was, of course, lots of bars. Not only go-go bars that I know, but lots of massage places and beer bars. Girls were trying to get you inside, and I was digging it all. Yeah, that's the one thing I do love is that as you're walking down, you just feel like the king, man. Everyone wants me, What a wonderful country. I do not know what possessed me to leave Sukhumvit and take a soy detour, but I did. I went down Soy 9 also to a little beer bar with a little looker that was inviting me in. As you know, this is the slower season and there wasn't a lot of customers. So I drank my first beer and bought my first lady drink and was enjoying the Thailand life. It was 2 or so, but the bar was open, so we played pool and Connect 4 game. And drank my Singar beer. Singar was my go-to beer for the trip. I liked the taste and it wasn't too filling. Most of the lady drinks I bought were either just juice or that Thai whiskey clear in shot glasses tastes really sweet. That is what 90% of the girls I bought drinks got while I was in Thailand. But that was fine by me. Just their company was great. I didn't care about what they were drinking. They were a lot of fun and me trying to speak Thai was fun too. I've lost my place here. But always in Bangkok, you have one girl at your table. Look up, and there is 2. My friend, my sister, or something. Then you have 3, and all of them want drinks, and make that Thai pouty face if you won't buy them one. I had to smarten up really quick. Some of my bar tabs were 2,000 baht just for a couple of hours, so I had to be a bad guy and tell them no. I only want to buy one lady girl drinks. But first night, I'm sure I bought several of them drinks, and they all kept me entertained and was closing up. So I had to pick one and have my first transaction with a bar girl for my first bar fine and first negotiation. I am lucky I listened to you guys about the process and particulars, because I think if you were completely naive, you would sure be taken advantage of. Yeah, definitely. One different aspect of Bangkok versus Pattaya is that lots of Bangkok girls are more of short time preference. So you had to really negotiate more if you wanted long time. But I did get the job done and was hand in hand with my first Thailand lady heading over to the hotel. I thought I did pretty good for my first night in Thailand and was very happy. Also note, most of the girls that come up to the room on my trip didn't have condoms and things, so I was diligent about supping those in my... Supping? Is that right? Supping? About supping those in my nightstand. It must be a word that they use. Along with any other things that you need in such endeavours. So that was my first day in Bangkok. 24 hours of airplane travel and a couple of hours of good times in the room. I was beginning to like this Thailand place already, and it just kept getting better.
That's
what normally happens.
That's day 1.
Yeah.
Day 2. So you must have only been in Bangkok a couple of days. Yeah, look, he's done the right thing there, hasn't he? He's just fucking...
Absolutely.
Day 1, he's got there, dropped his bag, got in amongst it,
which is what we said to do.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's, like I said, first-time traveller. Like I said, get yourself a nice hotel and all that. But, you got to get in amongst it. Otherwise, if you're like, I'm a bit nervous or I'm a bit, anxious about bar finding a girl, then when are you going to do it? The next night, you're going to be anxious still. You just get in there
and
get it. Break.
He's done the right thing.
Pop your cherry.
Yep.
And you won't look back. All right, day 2. I was worried about jet lag and other travel woes, but I woke up in pretty good shape. I went out to eat breakfast and always tried a different place. My first morning was a Korean restaurant and on Asok, a few blocks from the hotel. I did notice that these sidewalks on the soil were not as good as the ones on Sukhumvit, and also I would suggest you don't wear good shoes. Well, yeah,
which we've mentioned before.
Yeah, well,
we've always said wear closed shoes.
Closed shoes, because like we talked about one night in Bangkok.
And before on my first trip, I remember you said we'll go into some of the more economical stores and buy some cheap closed shoes, so you don't.
Yeah,
go over there and damage.
Because I had a brand new pair of shoes the first night in Bangkok and woke up that evening, whatever, and there were 2 big dirty black marks on them. I don't know what I'd done. Anyway.
Who knows? Yeah.
The streets are we're good. Yeah, the streets and sidewalks are pretty dirty, and I think I ruined at least one pair of shoes on this trip. I had omelette. A Korean omelette was a bit different than the usual American omelette and was sort of frothy like a beaten egg white. It was very tasty, but I do enjoy trying different things. My usual day was eating breakfast, then walking around for a few miles and exploring around Sukhumvit, then back to the hotel and a pool visit for the afternoon. That's pretty much what I like to do. I do enjoy a cocktail or 3 in the afternoon as long as I don't indulge too much, but I really enjoy the happy hour times. Less pressure and less noise, and easy to visit with ladies and other patrons. On this day, I was intent on doing some things I've heard of on the forums and videos I've seen. So I went to the famous tulip massage on Soi 32 in Sukhumvit. There are many reviews and stories about this place, but I think to sum it up, it is a massage place where the girls will do anything you ask them to. I like the sounds of it. I'm not too into lots of crazy things, but I wanted to try this location while I was in Bangkok. Lesson 2. I made an error here. I didn't request a lineup of the girls or tell the manager what I was looking for, and they just issued me a girl. Not that I was disappointed or anything, but I would for sure like to have looked at them and picked one out for myself. But I was happy with my lady, and we headed upstairs. The massage rooms are not that updated or fancy, and the mattress they had in those rooms are more of a military type mattress. But they do have a good shower, and the ladies really treat you well. They pamper and they really treat you well there and pamper you before and after the fun. You can choose several options: Thai massage, oil massage, and Nuru massage. And I remember someone telling me that the Nuru massage is for anything goes, and you can pick your amount of time from 30 minutes to 2 hours, perhaps more, but that is what is on the menu.
So, so I got a 90-minute Nuru massage at the world famous Tulip in Bangkok. Would I go back? Perhaps not. The sexy massage is okay, but I prefer the hotel for my companions. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I do tell you, I walked to the establishment, but was a bit tired after, so I got on the BTS train. BTS? What's a BTS train?
That's the train system.
Is that the train system? Okay.
Yeah. It's like a sky rail type thing.
Right, okay.
Yeah, next time we're there and we're in Bangkok, we'll have to get on BTS. It's really, really good. Yeah, BTS is really good.
It is only a station or two away, but it is a good option for transportation, especially with all the traffic. So I went back to the hotel and took a well-deserved night and rested for the night's action. Soy Cowboy. I decided to go out and see Soy Cowboy and what Soy Cowboy had to offer. It was similar to Walking Street in Pattaya, but smaller and less people and less girls. I was still weak from my tulip massage, so I wasn't too interested in a go-go bar, so I went to a beer bar with a live band. My first live band experience, and I love those Thai bands. They are a good player and play a lot of hard rock, such as AC/DC. Of course, I found a little hot thing that needed some company, so I bought her some lady drinks and we danced all night to the music. The Thai dance. Most of these girls have that little Thai dance move with their hands and little gyrations. It is fun, but some of the time you can get one that really enjoys dancing more Western style, and it is certainly fun to get one of those from time to time. This was my first bar I went to that closed at 2 at night, and they hauled us upstairs for the late party, so we could continue drinking and dancing till dawn. I think I pulled out at about 4 and went to the hotel. I was too tired to take my little honey to the hotel, so I went home alone. But after that late eating and the tulip experience, I thought I'd better sit this night out. Sorry.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. That's day 1 and 2.
Yeah, I know.
I think we'll leave it there. We've got day 3, 4, and all the rest of it here. We'll probably get through this over a couple episodes.
Yeah, that's what I really like is what Elvis said about some of the things that he heard on our show, which is great. And again, getting out there that first night when you get there, it's what you got to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Get in amongst it, and yeah.
And I'm glad that that information about bar finding and that came in handy.
Yeah.
So as we've said in previous episodes, for me myself anyway, when we went, how you worded me up before we went.
Yeah.
So I knew what was coming.
Yeah.
I knew what was coming, so it was no surprise.
Yeah.
But it's always an experience once you're in that room on your own with her. What's going to happen next?
Yeah, I mean, don't be back to what we're saying. Don't be afraid to get out amongst it. You know, people hear a lot of horror stories about Thailand. You hear about guys getting locked up and all this kind of stuff, and that shit happens. But what percentage of people does it happen to, and what type of people does it happen to?
Yeah, look,
I think
you and I both know we've been there, and it just like if it looks like it's going to be trouble, if they're saying you have to pay us money, just pay it, walk away.
Yeah.
because that's all they want. They don't want to actually do anything. They just want their money.
But in saying that, you really need to do your research. Listen to podcasts like this. Watch your videos on YouTube, because we'll tell you what not to do. We'll tell you what not to do, and that way you don't even put yourself in that position. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the first. That's the first thing you do is not to put yourself in that position. If you do accidentally, you're a bit drunk and you carry on and do something silly and you end up in that position, well, yeah, then there's the other option. Just walk the fuck away. But the thing is, Thailand as a whole, Bangkok, Pattaya, Phuket, all these places, all the tourist spots, Chiang Mai, even up north where I've been, it's safe to go out in the streets. It's safe, just use your common sense. If something looks dodgy, stay away. It probably is dodgy. Other than that, just get out amongst it. Don't be scared. I love what he's done. He's gone out first night.
Same as here in Melbourne. If you're walking in the city late at night and you see this group of guys that look a bit dodgy, cross the road and go a different direction.
That's what I mean.
Same thing.
Use your common sense.
Yeah.
Use your common sense. It's no different than where you're from, What did I touch then? Sorry.
That's okay.
It's no different from where you're from. I don't know. Our listeners come from all over the world, so I guess, anyone who, probably lives somewhere.
Well, look, in the States, I've had friends who've gone over there and they were told by the hotels when they walk out of the hotel, just stick to this side of the building. And it's like, because the other side of the building, we can't tell you what's going to happen.
Oh, in the States?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, and I can't remember which city that was, but they said they were told to stay to only one side of the road. Don't go to the other side. Yeah. Just stick to the side. And
I remember when I was in New Orleans for my honeymoon.
Oh, wow, that's nice.
Oh, lovely. Yeah. A long time ago.
Wow.
New Orleans, loved the place, like awesome. And, the tourist spot is the French Quarter, and that's where they have all the parties and all the bars and all that kind of shit. We were told, don't leave the French Quarter after 10 o'clock. And if you can, be back in your hotel by 11 or midnight. Because, we're like...
Because it's New Orleans.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. So...
You stuck to it?
Yeah, we did. Well, we kind of did. Yeah. Back in those days, you could still smoke indoors. And you know me, I don't smoke. But for some reason,
when you were
I was in some piano bar. I was in the... We got back to the hotel in time. It was about 11 o'clock. And, we'd been out drinking and I decided that we were going to go into the piano bar and listen to the dude play the piano and had a few more drinks. I feel like a cigarette. So here I am at 1 a.m. I'm walking the streets
drinking and smoking,
looking for a
cigarette
7-Eleven or a convenience store to buy fucking cigarettes.
Pack of cigarettes, yeah.
And I'm just walking and I woke up the next morning. I thought, geez, that was a bit silly. But then again, I was safe. I got back to my hotel and
nothing happened, and you got back to your hotel.
Yeah. So well, that's it, guys. We'll leave it there because
thanks, Elvis.
Elvis has sent us.
We'll do another episode.
Lot of stuff here.
Yeah, we'll do another episode, and we'll do the. That's a bit longer, the other one. So
yeah.
We'll try and fit that into the one of them anyway.
Yeah, I think we could probably get most of that in the next episode. Yeah,
no worries.
All right,
good. All right,
we'll leave it there, guys. Stay tuned for part 2 of Elvis's adventures in Thailand.
And don't forget,
love is just a bar stool away.
Take care, everyone. See you later.
See you guys.